Hello everybody. I'm Andy from ThinkMo. I am currently teaching the CCIE course. As of today, I'll share some with you. Technology related to CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE. Our topic today is how to use the limited bandwidth. Provide a guaranteed service. So first of all, we have to explain, what is a guaranteed service? Let's say we have some services on a regular basis. Services like video and voice. We need to make sure there is no card. Is that its service quality must be high? If you call video or video conferencing, it can't keep getting stuck. Or some of the more core businesses of company. We're going to make these businesses. Priority is given to data forwarding. So the bandwidth is finite. How do we deal with this? Service realization guarantee. Let's use an analogy. For example, in a limited bandwidth environment. Like in the home. Got a 100 megabit, 200 megabit broadband. And at this point, someone else was stealing your Wi-Fi. Have been using Thunder under many movies. So in this case, is that going to lead to? You get stuck when you watch a video. And then when you download something, it's going to slow down. Influence the experience. We can just take the business. Think of it as a service that requires assurance. In this case, our idea in the early days, it's increasing the bandwidth. But it doesn't solve the problem. Why do you say that? Because software like Thunderbolt. It's how much bandwidth there is. How much bandwidth is used. Like the traffic of a city. If there is no traffic light, there are no traffic control measures. All the vehicles run together. It will also cause traffic congestion. That is to say, simply increasing bandwidth is not an option. So how do you provide guaranteed service? It's using QoS. We call it quality of service. This thing can operate in a limited bandwidth environment. To protect some of the more important business. QoS in a nutshell. That's what you know as the speed limit. Is the speed limit for a service. Limit the number of transmissions to 1 or 2 channels. So what can QoS do? It can be useful for some of our business. For example, you can do video and voice services. Give it its own strategy. Implement its priority forwarding. There are 3 service models involved in QoS. Cannot be called QoS service model. The first is called first in, first out. First in, first out. This is your traffic. What comes in first goes out first. The last one in line. It's like going to the supermarket. You are clearing goods. Wait in line for the check. First in line, check out first. We'll have to wait in the back. This is the first service model we mentioned. It's called first in, first out. So the second one is called integrated service model. It's just a separate pathway. It's just a VIP aisle, isn't it? It's only for you. No matter what time. No one else is allowed to use this road. It's like a military parade on National Day. In the meantime, which specific roads? Is the realization of traffic control. It has a special purpose. And cities like we have now have realized the bus lane. A time period. You have to let the bus go. Bus lanes can't be used. Integrated service model. It's relatively flawed. Let's say you get a 100 megabyte bandwidth. And then you assign it a special VIP aisle. Let's say I assign it 10 megabytes. That's 10 megabytes you can't use. Under any circumstances. So this service model is relatively weak. The third is the differentiated service model. It has certain distinctions. For example, something like video. or voice class of these services. I can mark it. It's sort of a classification. Once you've sorted it out, if there's a problem with the network, I can get these marked ones. Classified traffic. By the priority I set myself. It's who retweets it first. Who forwarded the question later. Secondly, which traffic is forwarded again. So it's more flexible. It can implement the integrated service model. The specific categories in it. A more flexible distinction can also be achieved. Well, that kind of thing is in our network. It uses the most common service model. So the first one goes without saying. First in, first out. This is our default service model. So we can use QoS based on its third service model, and then to provide a guaranteed service. It allows me to operate in a limited bandwidth environment. Let's some of the more important business. Priority forwarding. To achieve a guaranteed service. So QoS is in the network. It's still necessary. That's all for today. If there are any other skills you would like to learn, feel free to leave a comment or send me a private message. If you're interested in what I'm talking about, hope to like and subscribe more. Thank you. See you next time.